GirlCode. We've taken a few weeks off because we've had some big things happening.
Yes.
But we're here. We're gonna take a second to make sure that we are live when we say we are, so we're not just talking to each other. Although that's fine too.
That would also
Let's.
work. I feel like we could
It
we could
would.
make that work.
We have phone calls for that. Okay, so my live center says it's loading. Okay, cool. It is live. And
Nice.
I comment if they show up. Who knows?
Who
Maybe
knows?
nobody will watch. I don't really care because
That's
this is good
okay.
content. So a few things. Wow, a lot of things. First of all, we are going to the Bitcoin conference. So if anyone's going to be in Vegas, not
Nice.
sure how long I will stay, but I will be in Vegas because my son and I are going to Sick New World, and we're going to see Evanescence. And I almost did this, but it's this.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Sick New World, Evanescence, System of a Down,
Oh my.
Corn, Danny Elfman. Which, by the way, do you know who Danny
Of
Elfman
course
is?
I do. Like world-renowned composer. Yes.
Dude, he is a rock star,
Yeah.
like literally. And he's like 60. We should pull up a picture of him. He's like 60, 60. I don't even know
Right.
how
He's
old.
old.
And he's
Yeah.
ripped. He's
He's
ripped.
rich.
I have to pull this up because we went 2 years ago because my son is obsessed with System of a Down, and so they don't really tour as much anymore. So we went to Sick New World 2 years ago, and
Mhm.
then we went to Chicago last year because they played at Soldier Field
Mhm.
with Avenged Sevenfold, and so that was like a big gift.
Oh, that's
But
great.
2 years ago, Sick New World, it's a festival in Vegas. It's just one day, and they have at the festival grounds they have 4 huge stages,
Yeah.
and so you could just go between them. And it's weird because you don't hear the other ones. It's a huge place.
Yeah, yeah.
So Danny Elfman comes on, and I don't know how else to describe it. He has no shirt on. He's just like in cool like leather pants
I
or
love
something.
it.
And he has a full orchestra, and he's got on the screens, he's got the Batman thing and the Simpsons come up, and so all
Yeah.
of his
All of his stuff.
composed music is being played by this orchestra, and it's kind of not exactly like what you hear, on the TV show or whatever.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like a full orchestrated, it's just wild. And Broden, my son, was over at a different stage, and there's really no cell service. I'm like trying to get him like, come over here.
Yeah, yeah.
It was beyond like anything I've seen before. And
Amazing.
I literally like looking around, and people are like, that guy's like 65. Like, what's happening? So he's going to be there again. But like, I can't tell you how excited I am for Evanescence.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am of the age of that was like,
Of course.
I was very much into them and Disturbed and oh, hello Molly. She hears me talking and she's like, I'm here. I want to see everyone. Do you want to come
Yeah, we
see
have to see the animals. Oh
Molly?
my God, look at
Say
her.
hi. She's like,
Mm.
I really don't like being picked up, but if you scratch my belly, I'm like,
She'll
oh, look at
accept it.
her.
Mine, she sits on a pillow right behind me the whole time.
Of course, of course.
So she'll come say hi too.
Oh my God.
Ruby. Oh,
It's like,
yeah.
she's like, oh, are you busy? Oh, don't stop.
So yeah,
Look
we have
at
to
your
have our
friend.
dogs here.
Look at your
My other
friend.
dog I think heard me talking to
Yeah.
this one.
Whenever I'm petting the other dog, she's the alpha
Yeah.
and comes running in like, why are you not petting me?
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
stop.
like, excuse me, we're getting pets.
Hello.
Yeah, now my other one's sitting, she's bigger though. She's sitting next to me, accepting a pet. So
Yes.
of course.
I just want pets. I also found, because they shed, and so there's black hairs. So I found these petting gloves. Look, I know it's gross, but
Brooke.
they love them.
I cannot. Wait. That's why, because of the hair,
off.
I can't with like dog hair. So that's why I have poodles.
Oh, exactly.
I have a poodle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
'Cause I
cute.
can't
Ah,
handle,
I
like,
love
dog
them.
hair, so I'm like, I will take them to
Right.
the groomer every 4 weeks, and I'll brush their hair every day
Yes.
if that means
Yep.
there's no hair on me or my couch.
Right. Well, this is the place I live part of the time. So
Yeah.
they weren't my like that now they are my dogs.
Mhm.
However, they are shedders and it is a
Yeah.
very warm place that I'm at. But I do take them on walks and it's just funny because they're little dogs and Molly is the alpha, but she's like this big
Little.
and the other dog is bigger and she's like I'm in charge. Like it's actually hilarious. Okay.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, there's comments. No one says life been tough lately, so I'm
Oh.
blessing the first. Oh, okay. Well, happy birthday. Amazing.
Yes, we love a
No
happy
one.
birthday.
Love that. Okay. So we're going to Bitcoin conference. There's Bitcoin stuff going on, but
Yes, and, like,
um,
it's, like, a week and a half? Yeah, like, not
it
next week, but the
is
week after, and
a week from Monday.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm really excited for that. I I have noticed it seems to be a little smaller. Have you seen this? Like, I'm not
Oh, yeah.
getting as many pings for, like, side events and things. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Okay, like, are we gonna be bored?" I don't
Yeah.
think we'll be bored, but maybe we won't be so stressed with,
I
like,
mean,
trying
it's
to get to a
Vegas.
million things.
Right. I like the Vegas part of it too because it's easier to get around. Like
Oh, yeah.
it's so compact that there's, yeah, Ubers and stuff like that, but you can technically walk through all the casinos to get to where you need to go.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
So that's good.
Yeah.
But
I'm
yeah,
excited.
I'm excited too. I was debating, but then my other close friend Leah is going to be there. Girl Gone Crypto.
Mhm.
So you both working with the same um, project. So we should talk about that on the next live stream.
Yeah.
Unless you want to out
We
that.
talk,
Do you have
yeah,
anything to
like, I'm
say?
gonna be doing collaboration with Cake Wallet. I'm really
Hmm.
excited. Maybe, like, helping with their booth, doing some content, still nailing down the exact
Amazing.
details, but yeah, really excited to do that. The team seems really great.
Awesome. And we do love some infrastructure. Speaking of that, a lot of people probably know. Oh, where's the chat here? Oh, from my YouTube. She says, "Hello, Brooke. Love from India. I want to go to India.
Aw.
Do you want to go to? I've heard so
Okay,
many good things about India.
well, I mean, ETH or Dev Connect, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Isn't that in
Next time DevConnect is in India. Yes.
in
Hmm.
Mumbai?
I think so. Let's look it
Yeah,
up.
yeah, it's in Mumbai, and
Where
so
is? Oh, I'm so excited.
are you
That's going to
going? Are we
be,
going?
of course, DevConnect. Of course.
So good.
Yeah, of course. I
Yeah.
think DevConnect's one of my favorite because that was Thailand last year
No, no, last year was well, it's weird because there's
or 2 years ago.
DevCon, DevConnect, yeah, I get them
Are
confused.
DevCon and DevConnect different?
Okay, I've heard technically yes, but I think they're run by the same company, right? Like, it's the
Because
same
Argentina was
people.
DevConnect
Yes, and then DevCon before that was
was in Thailand.
Thailand. Yeah, yeah.
Whatever. If it says Dev,
You're
I'm
there,
going.
yeah. No, and it
Yeah,
was great in Argentina. That was a great event. I feel like they
we
did a great
loved
job,
that. Yep,
and
I
then
loved that.
I'm a little like I'm like, "All right, let's go to India." I mean, I think that's like a 30-hour travel day for us over in this
Oh my
side of the
God,
world,
right?
but it'll be fun.
Speaking of travel, did you know now that United, so I flew United both to, oh no, I didn't fly them to Thailand, but to Argentina. It was fantastic.
Okay.
But they now have instead of you can pay for 3 seats
Girl, yes,
and lay
I
down.
saw that. What do they call I can't remember what they're calling it, but
I
you
couldn't
can have,
either.
like you can buy it as, like, 1 person or 2 people,
Yes. Yeah.
especially if it's, like, a kid, and then have,
Yeah.
like, a couch to lay on for the
Yeah.
flight.
It like lays it. Yeah.
Yes.
It's gonna be awesome.
I
It's gonna be
want that
awesome.
so bad. I'm like, "Oh
Uh-huh.
my god, I could go, like, with my daughter and, like, get 2 seats
Right.
and then take a good nap," and
Yep.
girl.
And like even, if me and my boyfriend did that, like I'm good. I can sleep in just like a little, you know what I mean? Like I don't need
Right.
to like sprawl out. So we could both
Oh,
be
yeah,
in that little
just
spot.
snuggle
Like,
in. A good
yeah, yeah,
spoon
totally.
situation.
Like get the sleep. Yeah. I
Yes.
mean, we want to make sure that there's no funny business.
Okay, girl,
What?
that's what I think the Reddit threads on this were hilarious. It was like, all right, like,
Because there was
are the number of like people entering, like joining the Mile High Club now like through the roof?
right.
Like so what are I wonder what the rules with like the flight attendants are gonna be. Do they have to like keep coming and checking? And
Right. Who's on what's going on under that blanket?
there's a lot of
Yeah,
movement. Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah, dude. Like long haul flight, it's like 3 a.m. Everyone's asleep. Like, I don't know,
I mean,
girl.
I can be quiet. Okay, this conversation has veered to incorrect
But
territory.
yeah, anyway, besides that, even with that, I'm very excited about that new offering from United.
I agree. I agree. Because I actually have a really hard time on long flights. Like my boyfriend wasn't really planning to go to Argentina, so I
Right.
needed him as my emotional support human.
Mm-hmm.
And because those long flights are hard for me, especially if I'm like, because he sits in the window and if, then I sit in the middle. I think next time it's going to be like, look, I have to have the aisle or another window, so we might sit in different seats.
Yeah.
Like, sorry.
Yeah.
But anyway, I deal with it okay. I have like a little, my mom gave me like a stress bracelet, and so I just kind of like hold on to that. I don't know.
Oh,
It's kind of great. Manny said that Dev Connect equals developers. No, DevCon equals developers. Dev Connect is more marketing BD. On the
oh,
money,
really?
Manny. That's on the money. Yeah. Yeah, it was a little because wait, you didn't go to Thailand.
No. See,
DevCon
again,
in
with
Thailand was technical as fuck. Like
oh,
you'd walk around and it was very I was joking
okay.
that like I'd go into a talk and it would just be a bunch of guys saying really big words and like
It's like jargon central.
yes, they would just jargon, yeah. So
Got it.
100% Manny or Manny, sorry. Okay. So speaking of infrastructure, a lot of people saw maybe that me and my advisors, Nikki and CJ, won first in the Avalanche Build games. I'm not just a content creator. I am an AI native software developer,
Look at Brooke.
software engineer. Yeah, I think a lot of people were like, where did this lady come from? Well, I came from, I have a computer science degree from before any of you were born. And that has traveled with me throughout my career. And if you know anything about my content, it's very technical. So content creator is secondary, but I never really got into like actual software engineering, or I didn't get into it from like my 1995 computer science degree because I, over the course of my career, was more of the middle man in between the engineering and business side.
Right.
So the last 6 months or so, I've been just building and building and building. And I've been building. Remember that with Kevin K. Money? We're
Mm-hmm.
building. Um, so it's just been really cool to see. And my friends and family are all like, "Oh, you're now in flow." Like I really am. So out of 2,000 people, or I guess submissions, uh, we won. I won. The thing that I built
You won.
won first place. Like it's
It's so
still
cool, Brooke.
it's so cool. It's so cool. I'm very
Yeah,
proud.
I am too. I'm so
It's
proud of you. You worked
very
so hard and like people have no idea like how much you put into this and it's crazy
yeah.
and it's huge.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't stay up till 1 o'clock in the morning. And for weeks I was like so excited. I was like, oh, it's working. Like this is crazy. So
yeah, so amazing. So that's huge. I feel like you kind of like we don't for reasons you kind of went dark for a little bit because of some
yeah.
drama around it.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited that we can now like give you your flowers, talk about it
Thank you.
live, talk about it loudly, and hopefully, like, yeah,
Yes.
just like really celebrate it as you
Yeah.
deserve because that's a huge deal. Out of like 2,000 projects to win first place, like
First place.
that's insane. That's like
Yes.
that's wild.
And I think too, like to explain to people, it wasn't a hackathon. It was very much a, And it was the first time Avalanche had done this. So there was, of course, some
Yes.
learning curves
Of
and
course.
how does this all work? And that was just went along with it. So it was definitely an entrepreneur. We were all kind of in different stages of like the other winners
Mhm.
were obviously in different stages of build than the rest of us. You know, we're all in different stages, but
Yeah.
there was a part of it where we were judged on our past business experience. Like, are we going to actually build in the future? Because if you, not you, but if people understand what hackathons are, and I've done those as well, they really are build something or get an idea and then you win a prize. And that's awesome.
And then
Like,
it's
that's the
done.
way hackathons been. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can either keep building or not. This one was very different from that. And my product's very institutional, bringing structured credit on chain, very boring and wasn't exciting,
Yeah.
wasn't an NFT platform or
Not as
a
sexy.
game,
Yeah.
not very well, it's sexy to me,
Right.
but and it's just the beginning. So yes, it's under a wait list right now, but that is really just in front of the completely built out product.
Yes.
And so now we're working on partnerships, and we have we have an established corporation. We're in the works.
Mhm.
So Nikki is my co-founder. CJ is also going to be in some capacity. Not sure, but it is a ongoing build. How things work in startups, entrepreneurship, in new products is that it's an ongoing thing. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm really proud, and it's very cool, especially built
Cool.
on Avalanche. That was one of the easiest things to do.
Yeah.
Um, so yay.
Amazing. Huge.
Okay, Will is saying I got upgraded to business on United once, and a flight to Germany is such a luxury. 100%.
That is
And he's laughing at the fact that I said I can be quiet. Oh, okay. Not to make it all about me,
no.
but also to make it all about me.
Yes, this is what we're here for.
Will says, I've been fiddling with Jayla. Okay, so
Talk
huge
about
thing
Jayla.
is that my product, which I built before the Avalanche build games, I guess like,
Yeah.
concurrently, but it was before, um, was is called Jayla Learn AI, Keep Your Job. And one of the biggest things for this was and is the fact that it is in the App Store. And
Yeah.
there's something that happened. There's a couple of apps that I'm not going to say their names, but they were kind of Apple put out new rules where you can't have, I don't know how to say it without saying their name, but you can't vibe code in the app store and create, now I can't remember the technical part of it. It just goes against their terms of service and their developer terms of service, where the
Interesting.
code can't actually be generated inside the app and then
Oh,
sent to the app store. So there was a couple of apps that were trying to allow people to vibe code
in.
their own app and then automatically send to the app store underneath that company. So
Right.
for example, my Apple developer account is called Glyphstack Labs.
Yeah.
If you wanted to like use my app, whatever it's called, to create your own or vibe code your own app and then send to the app store, me publishing it under Glyphstack Labs is
It's a
a
big no-no.
no-go. Yeah.
Yeah.
But nobody
Makes
really
sense.
knew that, so I'm kind of like seeing it after the fact.
Interesting.
But yeah,
That's so
so
risky. As, like,
it's very
letting
risky.
people just use your Apple developer account, like,
Right. Right.
yikes.
So,
Okay.
so
Your choice.
Jayla is really the first of its kind. It's the Duolingo of learning AI. It's absolutely in the first, phases of complexity, I guess. But it
Mhm.
does use AI to teach AI about using AI. Um,
Wow.
and I'm just very
AIception.
proud of it. So there's a web app and there's an Apple, and it will be on Android, but they have different tricks. And so I have this like old Android, but Google Play
Oh.
doesn't like that. You have to have an actual like phone. So I have another, anyway, I'm figuring
Okay.
that out. It'll be on Google Play. But
Okay.
if you do have an Android, you can go on Jayla.app, just Jayla.app, and it's there. It is free. It's free forever. Of course, there's a pro version, and that gives you a shitload more stuff.
Yes.
My biggest thing that I love is that I've integrated Perplexity, which is my very favorite. Um, hopefully they'll sponsor it someday, but I'm just using the API, and
Mhm.
you can get like career research on your particular career. So you onboard into Jayla and you get your career, and then Jayla is going to utilize that and customize, and hopefully down the road it's going to be more customized, and it's just going to give you the lessons that you need in particular. So
Totally.
really excited about that. Go download it. Go use it.
Yes.
Send me messages if things break. I will fix them. Yeah, so that's what's going on.
That's
I'll
huge.
also be in Miami for Consensus. So that's like right after
Yes.
Vegas. So
Yeah, same. I think I leave Vegas on like a Thursday morning, have the weekend, and I think I leave like Monday morning to head to Miami
same.
for Consensus. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's back to backs, and
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous because I usually
Yeah.
take like a month to recover from all the socialization at a con.
Right. Right.
So
That
um
exactly.
okay,
It's gonna be a lot.
it is.
And I think we just have to pace ourselves.
Yeah.
And because that's the thing with these conferences, is that we get invited to things,
Yes.
and we get a dopamine rush from that. And
I mean, I love
then
a
we
good
get there and
time.
we're like, this is a lot. Like, this is
Yes.
a
Right,
lot.
I'll wake up the next morning after having just so much fun and be like a shell of a human and
Yeah.
be like, I can't talk to another person.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
And
have
then
it
we
in
get up and
me.
do.
Yeah, and you have to like caffeinate up and push through it.
Yeah. Yeah, and the conferences themselves can be a lot. You have to, because then you're there for a lot of the day, and then you're at a
Mhm.
different event, and then you're trying to sleep. And so I'm
Right.
actually now kind of glad I don't have somebody I'm like working with for Bitcoin conference, because I'll first of all already been exhausted from the
With
concert,
your
the
concert, yeah,
festival,
girl.
um, and then the next day kind of hanging out and doing stuff with my son and his friend. So it's good to just that I'm just gonna chill and
Yeah, that will be really nice. And so, yeah,
yeah.
and I haven't seen as many side events for I mean, I guess the consensus ones are starting to like flow in, but Bitcoin, it seems a little more chill. So I'm hoping that means like just some like, yeah, calmer evenings and like going to dinner
Yeah.
and going to bed at
Yeah.
a reasonable hour.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Which that is not synonymous with Vegas.
It's
Like
not.
going to bed at a reasonable hour
And I
does
always
not
have
mean
these grand plans of being so disciplined and, like, scheduling my downtime and making it fun, and
totally
then dude, I get, like I 2 drink Nikki is a different person, and I have no control over her, and
right.
she just has a good time. Um,
Yeah. Two
yeah,
drink Nikki and one drink Brooke, because I like rarely drink anymore.
yeah.
We're a good time.
Yes, we are. We have the best
We're a
time.
good time.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
but
and
we are a
then we
good
stay up
time for
late.
others.
Yeah, and then morning Nikki really regrets it, so, oh well.
Right. I'm getting so old.
I
Um,
yeah,
I
I feel it.
I'm just gonna tell everyone I am very proud of this, but I am turning 50 in oh my God, it's the 16th right now. I'm
Yes.
turning 50 in 1 month on the 13th of May.
May
Isn't
13th?
that crazy?
I
May
love
13th.
it. Well,
Yeah.
girl, I turned 40 in November,
Oh
so
my God.
we have it's a big milestone year for us.
50 is the new 40. Yeah.
That's what I hear, and, like, 40 is the new 30. I feel with all the Botox in my face, like, I feel good, like,
Yeah.
let's go. My knees are
And I
looking
haven't had
so
Botox
good.
in a while, so I'm doing good. I've lost some weight, so I'm like, okay, what can I do to, like look the way I feel? Which
Yeah,
I know I look young, but it's starting to be um yeah. Okay.
beautiful.
So let's talk about the Bitcoin miners becoming um
Yes. So, I don't know if people have heard about this, but I've been just doing a little of my daily research was this whole thing that, like Bitcoin miners are switching to being like AI compute like providers, which
Wait, can you
I
say
found
that?
super interesting. Like, let's see, because right now I think the average, let's see, right now it was like talking about how like people are losing 19,000 per Bitcoin mined, like $19,000 per Bitcoin mined because of the price right now, which is crazy. And like,
Mm-hmm.
uh, but then over 70 billion in cumulative AI and high performance computing contracts have now been announced across the public mining sector. So like Bitcoin mining firm, like companies are switching over to AI compute, which I feel like, then did you see like the Allbirds thing too? We could bring that into it as well. Like how Allbirds, the shoe company, pivoted to being like an AI compute company and their stock like went
What?
up like 400%. So I
Is
feel
that
like,
in this?
no, it's not this one. It was just something I saw yesterday. I'll have to send you that too. But like,
Yeah,
isn't that crazy? Like, so that's what I'm like, all right, is it how is, but I'm curious how this is going to affect Bitcoin mining. I'm like,
right,
oh, they actually make more money supporting AI.
right.
Really curious.
It's going to be very interesting, and that was always kind of the whole deal. Because it wasn't very long ago that we were mining to buy stuff off Silk Road, and it
Mhm.
was never about trading the the coin.
Right,
It was about utilizing it for private transactions. So
right,
it's like things are things are always going to change, and nobody could have seen any of this. So it's like, was the price action of Bitcoin because of the tech, or was it just because people, it was tradable, and that there was a whole thing about, because it started as a political thing. We were all libertarians,
mhm,
not liking what was happening in the global financial world, or even the domestic financial world,
of
government
course.
world. So like, is that why things started trading so high? Was because of other things other than a movement, right? Like, it was a movement for us. It was
Right,
like
it was more.
2008 happened, and it was like, okay, how are we going to fix everything?
Yeah,
And then it started to become a financial vehicle. So I just have always thought about that. And I see
mhm,
it happening now, is
totally.
like, is it not a financial vehicle anymore? Well, let's go back to here and say, probably not. Because if it's a financial vehicle and people are losing money, why would they still produce a Bitcoin, right?
Exactly. Right.
We
The
we
incentives are
were spending money on electricity in our home mining, because the money we were making selling what we bought Silk Road, uh, I don't know how else to put it.
right. It was
Like,
worth
I
it.
don't know how else to put it.
It was worth it. It's no, it's so interesting. But now I'm wondering, I'm like, girl, like, why aren't there like AI compute blockchains where you're mining, but it's instead of just like proof of work where you're just solving a hash, you're actually doing
Right,
AI compute, and then you can get like tokens as your reward that are
right,
like worth that, like to have value.
right.
Someone's got to be doing that. Who's doing that?
Someone, yeah, who's doing that? Let's do it.
Or like, let's vibe code that project real quick, make our own chain, sell it, do a quick like slap AI compute on it, sell it to
Yeah,
Google for 1.2 billion. I feel like that's what people are doing.
that's what we should do. I do have access to solar farms in the Pacific Northwest
Okay.
area. Not like I don't own them, but we have access to them. And I've been hearing from the owners of those that, like, they want to figure out what to do with that.
With the
So I'm like,
electricity,
hmm,
AI compute chain.
AI compute.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel like no one steal this idea. I'm sure someone's already doing it, but it just seems to make sense to me. Of like, if you're using the compute power to run hashes, like just use it to actually like be doing something valuable,
right,
and that's your mining. Like that seems like such an
right.
easy way to make it, to bring like crypto, blockchain, and AI together in a way that actually like makes sense and is
Yeah,
valuable.
agreed.
Maybe I'm crazy.
No, the sky's the limit.
Yep.
We can do everything. And I know a lot of us see on like AI Twitter, that's kind of the hub of where all this stuff's happening, and you go on there and you're like, oh my God, I'm so behind because look at all these people doing all these different things. And you're like, actually, we're very, very early
We're
to
still so early.
we're
Yeah.
so early. Okay, so one is, we're talking about how it is definitely a financial vehicle. Like, why would people be doing this?
Hmm.
It's no longer a movement, a political issue. It's always about money, and
Yeah.
that's okay. I think people need to be more clear that, especially when people are like, "Oh, Web3 gaming," or what, like that's not a thing. I'm sorry, not sorry. Web3 gaming is a
Okay.
nice little niche. However, crypto and TradFi are about financial vehicles.
I think,
That's
yeah,
what it
that
is.
seems to just over and over, just that's always what it comes back to.
Yeah,
Whenever anyone's trying to do anything on blockchain, it's always, oh, okay, but it's about the money. It's about the traditional financial system, but better.
yeah.
We're not, yeah. Yeah.
That was in my pitch for my product on the Avalanche build games was
Yeah.
um, DeFi is not about replacing TradFi. It's about doing it better. That's it. That's all it is. It's taking those traditional finance pieces and making it better.
Yeah.
Like, nobody has ever thought to put structured credit on blockchain, and it's going to be an uphill battle. Another thing I said in my pitch, like
Mm,
this is an uphill battle.
yeah.
There's lending protocols. There's traditional finance structured credit, and then there's decentralized lending protocols. But there's never been something in the middle, because that's what Meridian is, sits in the middle of that, so that you know other investors can uh, utilize their risk level. It's really just risk layers, because if you have, um,
totally.
people forget that, like, let's say a pension fund, just in finance in general, they do not want to take risk. So they're not looking to do the same thing as, a hedge fund or whatever.
Right.
So you got to split those things into risk layers, and lending protocols aren't going to do that. You don't really have a need for it, but you're leaving capital on the table.
Totally.
Again, all of this it's finance. It's in the title. It's decentralized finance. It's
Yeah.
not decentralized kumbaya. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, we're not
Just for
sitting
fun.
around. What'd you say?
It's not just for fun. Like,
Right.
yeah.
Or like a political movement, or yeah.
Yeah. No, I think
So
it always comes down to the money. I mean, that's a very
it
human thing,
does.
right? Like
Yeah.
value, value
Okay,
driven.
what else? We've got some agentic wallets,
Yes.
issues,
This
stuff.
one was interesting. I think CZ like recently said, like I wrote this down, like AI agents will make 1 million times as many payments as humans will do using crypto. And then McKinsey estimates agent mediated commerce could reach $3 to $5 trillion by 2030, which is larger than today's entire crypto market. So
Jeez.
to me, like this is crazy. Like AI agents are becoming more and more of a thing, and they're going to need to spend money, and it seems to be that crypto wallets are the way that this will have to happen. um,
Yeah.
so I feel net positive for the crypto industry for sure. Like of course I'm going to be biased that way, that I for me I'm like always through the lens of like, is this good for the crypto space, is this bad for the crypto space? I feel like this
Right.
is so good for crypto. Like, hey, a million more users or what, a million times more transactions, like that's better
Right.
for the humans involved as well.
Yeah. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And like, there's other products. So I'm working with a company called Open Matter. I
Mhm.
met them in Argentina. The one I was speaking at. What was it called? Sub Zero.
Yeah. So,
Regardless, they're awesome, and they are a cryptography, which is, it's great because it's like in between AI and crypto,
yeah.
and so like we get to, the audience there is everywhere. It's a highly, highly technical product, so I'm still trying to figure out who the audience is. Probably not going to do a lot of TikTok videos. Who
Mhm.
knows? But it's very technical. It's also post quantum proof. So that's another thing we could get into next time is
That's
the cryptography that's going to have to
mhm.
be there for. Some people are saying that the quantum breaking of what is it, Shaw? I shouldn't even say and say the wrong thing, but the
Yeah.
encryption,
The encryption algorithms like
yeah,
RSA, yeah, SHA-256, all of, yes.
like quantum's going to break that. And what are we doing? And so a lot of these products are like, oh, well, we're post quantum proof. Open matter is is that, um, and yeah, I don't know what else I was going to say.
Mhm.
Like, there's just a lot to do. There's a lot to do. Developers should like get their shit together and start doing all the things.
I know it's like yeah, which is great for the devs, man. Like plenty of
There's so
work to
much
get
to
done.
do.
There's so much to do,
There's so much to do.
dude.
People are like, yeah. I think the agentic wallets, though,
Yeah,
that's what you're saying is like we're gonna have to really be clear about um, how to secure this.
yeah. Oh, totally. And
Where are
that's
the
where like
guardrails?
I think the big one that people talk about with that right now is like X402 is like Coinbase's protocol. It's like super battle tested. I think the last thing I read it has like over 50 million transactions and just totally
Yeah,
enables machine to machine payments. And what I found was super interesting with this because I've seen people bring up like why couldn't an agent have a bank account? Like why do we need crypto for this? And I was and I'm like because KYC requirements. Like
yeah,
it's very simple. Like how can software pass KYC to open a
right,
bank account?
right.
No, they can't, but they can generate a crypto wallet. It
So
takes
explain to the audience on TikTok and
okay.
YouTube who are less technical than the ones watching on X, what are those things you said with the X402
Okay.
and KYC even?
Okay, yeah. So we can start with KYC. So KYC is know your customer. And so anytime that's when you have to like whenever you sign up for something and you have to like give them your like scan your ID and type in your name and your date of birth and then they run like a check on you to make sure you're not a terrorist or on like some crazy list somewhere. And pretty much just to like verify who you are and then it like ties that account to you that's required. That is a banking requirement in the United States,
Right.
and in lots of other places too. But just talking from experience, like you have to do that. And so an AI agent does not have the ability to do that because it doesn't have an identity. Um,
It's a robot.
it is a robot. Maybe like that would be a whole other discussion if we get into like, oh, hey, will robots someday get human identities? And I'm pretty sure I've seen movies about this but I feel like that's far out for now. So
Yeah.
for AI to do any sort of payments without human intervention, crypto's the only way to do that, really.
Yeah.
So one way they are doing that is like Coinbase created this thing called the X402 protocol, and it just enables like machine to machine payments. Uh, it's just the infrastructure to allow that. And then there's a lot of use cases live right now um yeah to support this even more especially like I think like alchemy just launched a flow for AI agents to use its own wallet as identity and pay and a payment resource
Hmm.
like I think like moonpay was doing a beta program
Yep.
like there just so many companies are starting to get into this which is really interesting and I love to see it but and then I feel like it keeps being a hot topic like whoever nails AI agent payments like it's going to be the new PayPal
Yeah.
what do you think about that
I mean, the fact that like there was a term, there's still a term called first mover advantage. I feel like that's almost going away. like I was like, oh, I have first mover advantage with the Learn AI, the Duolingo for Learn AI, and not that there's a bunch of people getting into that, building that, but
Yeah.
first mover, it's like it's a free for all, like it's a crapshoot. Like who is going to be? I just saw a post. Okay, hold on. I think these are the first movers because they were like, "Oh, we're building in stealth." I emailed it to or I DM'd it to myself. I do
Okay.
that on Twitter instead of bookmarks. It's like bookmarks, I just like randomly whatever. But
Yeah, that would be embarrassing to see my Twitter bookmarks that I never went back and looked at.
yeah, exactly. I think people do that and they're like, they think that if they just bookmark it,
I'll come back to it.
it'll come back to it. Okay, well, I guess I didn't. Maybe it is in my bookmarks. Let me look really quick because I really do think these guys are. Oh, nope. Okay,
Hmm.
that's real good. You have 60 people watching. Oh, your Twitter says live with restream. That's okay. And I have 16. My Twitter has fallen off. Like I don't know if I'm getting like mass reported because all these people hate me.
Uh,
Uh, I don't know, but
Girl,
let me look at my
that would be
likes.
terrible.
Nope, I must not have.
Oh, you're right. I think I need to. Okay, before we go live, I have to change the title myself,
Yes,
but I can't turn it off.
correct.
Yeah. All right.
Well, I don't know where this was, and I can't even remember their name. Um, that's terrible.
Oh well. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like first mover advantage though. I love that you brought that up. I've noticed I don't see that as being as big of an advantage anymore. It's like, okay, but it's who actually markets better. And actually being a first mover might be a hindrance because you have to go through all the work of like figuring out the problems and figuring out the market and figuring out the tech. And then someone can come
Right.
behind you and piggyback off all of your learnings and then just spend all their money on marketing instead of all the legal and whatever else you had to pay for shit that
Yeah,
you already took care of. They can piggyback
yeah,
off you and like frog jump, like or whatever, like in front of you.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you could have second mover advantage, like I was saying with the Apple apps that were getting dinged. Is like now I'm trying to build a just a basic workflow site that helps people actually get an Apple developer account so that they can vibe code an app into the Apple App Store. I
Yeah.
know we were on a meeting once recently where the person said, "Oh, there's just going to be a run on Apple apps," and I was like,
Actually, no.
"Nope, actually, no. There is of course, wild amount being submitted, but Apple is cracking down even more." And
Mm.
so that's why I keep saying I need to use it as a marketing tool because JLo was very quickly accepted into the App Store. And it was a huge deal. And when I said it to like friends and family, and they're all like, this is so exciting, I saw on like the, AI Twitter and AI, it's like, oh, yeah, that's no big deal. It's like, no, it really is. Apple
Yeah.
isn't just like, oh, everyone can vibe code now. And so we're going to let all these apps in. No, like that's actually not the case. So if you do want to put an app in the App Store, Apple is like essentially like the Avalanche build games where they're like, are you going to keep doing this or are you just trying to upload shit
Yeah.
and have an app here? Because it's very easy to make money with an app in the App Store because it's just all sort of done for you. And it's very easy for people to double click their phone and go, yeah, I'll subscribe to that. So
Mhm.
it's a really great thing to have your app on the App Store.
Yeah.
So, and people still want to use apps, regardless of whether you can. Do you remember last time I was saying it was Naval or one of the big like tech uh, guys that was like,
Mhm.
all you have to do is, vibe code an app and just send it to your phone. And it's like, okay, but most people don't know how to do that.
Right.
Or like a
Right.
PWA. People
Yes.
don't know how to.
how
it's not
to.
part of their thing. They want to go to the App Store, download, and use.
Plus, it's like a kind of like a safety thing, like allegedly,
Yeah,
right? Like,
yeah,
I'm like, oh, if it went through all of this verification, I'm not going to just download whatever and a like progressive web
yeah,
app, where you could just save it to your phone. Like that can be more risky.
right.
Except
And it's
for
also not as user friendly.
no, oh
People
no, you
don't,
have to know what you're doing.
yeah.
Like no, have you
Even
heard?
creating a PWA as a vibe coder, you
Mm,
wouldn't even know to do that. It's not like Claude Code is suggesting that, right?
really?
Like,
Okay.
no, it's you have to say, oh, also create the code because it's not just a bookmark. People think it's like, oh, I'm just
Mhm.
bookmarking a page. It's not.
No,
It
yeah,
has the functionality of an app, just
not
not
in
for the
that.
App Store. It's not a mobile ready Chrome page.
Hmm.
It's its own thing. So yeah, there's
But
so
then,
much that people don't
Brooke, didn't you hear about this fake ledger app though? That like got into the Apple App Store and
know.
and I can't remember how many millions of dollars were lost, but like people then downloaded it because it like looked like the official ledger app and like put their seed phrase in it. And like some guy like lost like just like one guy alone like lost like $400,000 worth of Bitcoin with that, and it was in the Apple App Store. Anyway, so now yeah. So new fear unlocked.
So Apple is now locked down even more.
I hope, yeah, I would hope so, because
I
how
would
does something like that
imagine.
slip through unless it's like an
That's
insider.
crazy.
I know. My conspiracy theorist immediately goes on. I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
I'm going to research the shit out of that
the
after
approver was in
this.
on it. Like, I don't
Let's
know.
go to Perplexity.
Okay,
Tell me about the Ledger scam app in the Apple App Store. Let's just ask it that.
do it. Let's see what it knows.
So let's share this out instead. Let's close out my other chats. Uh, you can learn a lot about
Dude,
people with
girl, it's
their
I've gone from like having like my friends like they know like if I die like to delete my browser history, it's now like delete my
now.
chat history.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like
We could probably create an agent to do that.
yeah. If I don't
Like,
respond like
yeah,
within
yeah.
30 days,
Well,
just
it
wipe.
could probably hook into the like obituaries.
Yeah, if my name comes up in an obituary, wipe it. Wipe it all.
do a search weekly on whether or not I'm dead.
Yeah. If I am dead.
And if so, please do all the things. Okay, this says a fake app posing as Ledger's official ever was slipped into Apple's App Store and was used to steal roughly $10 million in crypto from users before
Oh,
Apple pulled it. What the fake Ledger app was, okay, we understand how that would work, right? How did it get, but how did it get into the Apple?
and
Hold
that's
on.
my question.
After reports by CoinDesk, Apple removed the fake Ledger app and terminated the associated developer account. Apple since defended its App Store security record, citing hundreds of thousands of rejected spam clone apps and tens of thousands of blocked fraudulent. I mean, that's huge. People see the one time that it happens, yes,
Yeah,
because you
it's
know, it
true.
was a crypto
Oh, I'm
scam.
sure they're inundated. Like,
But look at this. Hundreds of thousands of rejected spam clone apps and tens of thousands of blocked fraudulent apps just in
yeah,
2024, where critics argue this incident undercuts the safety narrative. So, coverage in outlets like Macworld and others frame this as a failure of the App Store review. I mean, yeah, especially given Apple's historically strict stance on crypto related apps.
mhm.
So, then this gives you like, I love that it asks you, are you mainly interested in this form of a security hygiene standpoint for your own wallets, or are you thinking about content education around this
A
incident for your audience?
little more
Because it knows that I'm a content creator.
content.
Love you, Perplex. Um, it doesn't really say, oh, what is Ledger's effect? Well, I just want to know who was it? Like,
And I don't know.
that had to be an insider. Who was the developer that did that?
Right. Well,
Like,
they have to
are
know.
they arrested?
Okay, well, I'm thinking of like what you have to go through to sign up for an Apple developer account. Um, they
Right,
should know who this person is, right?
right. 100%.
But it's
The
probably
amount of shit, the the amount of shit that I had to go through to get the Apple developer account. And I have a business, there's two different things. There's a business and an individual. Both of them require quite a bit of re- what am I looking for? Quite a bit of background
Yeah, like KYC even.
finding. Yeah, KYC.
But yeah,
But for
background
the
check.
business account, because that's how I have it where it's not like attached to my name, it's actually my business. And then, of course, it keeps the funds
Yes.
separated. But that's even harder to get in. You got to go get your DUNS number. You got to get your I mean, obviously your IRS
Your EIN.
EIN, but the rest of it, it's is it validation? Verification is what I'm looking for. The
Verification.
amount of verification that has to happen for you to get a business developer account,
It's a lot.
um, it's a lot. It is a
Yeah.
lot. And the things you have to put in, I'll tell you this. I don't. People don't know this. China is not allowed. I mean, of course, this is going to make sense to people, but they have a ban on OpenAI and ChatGPT. So in the little box in the JLA like meta, so there's the JLA app code that
Mhm.
gets sent, right? But then there's the Apple app metadata. So it's got the promotion text, it has the privacy policy link. It has all these things that's what Apple's really looking for. They're not looking at your code. They're looking at what you've put into the metadata. And in the very small thing, like search terms. So in the search terms for JLA is like, AI learn and blah, 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 whatever. Keep your job kind of thing. There was also Chat GPT because it was like, okay, Anthropic, Claude, Perplexity, da, 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 Chat GPT. So it got rejected, which then you just resubmit because it tells you what it rejected on. Is
Mhm.
that if you want to distribute in China, of course, I want to distribute in the whole globe. Um, you can't have anything that says ChatGPT or OpenAI. And I'm
It's
like,
so
what?
specific.
How would you know that? Like,
Yeah.
what if you built your entire app to teach ChatGPT? You've lost out on the entirety of China.
China. Just a few people over there. Yeah.
Just a few.
Yeah.
Yeah. So getting into the App Store is wildly difficult.
Mhm. Yeah.
People just think they're going to vibe code their way in, are sorely mistaken.
Yeah. I want to see the stats on that of like, all right, how many apps have been approved? Like, I'm sure like the volume of
Oh,
apps like that have been submitted have gone up, but like how
oh,
many have been
I did
approved?
ask that.
I want the data.
Uh,
I love some good data driven.
I know that there we go. I said, is the desire for apps in the App Store waning, or is it more with vibe coding? I'm looking for research and statistics on whether or not people are still using App Store apps,
Mm.
or if people are users moving toward PWA or web apps on the phone. Of course, it's just a run-on sentence. I love run-on sentences when I'm like,
Hey, you don't.
talking into it.
Yeah.
And it says users are still heavily using and spending in native App Store apps. Okay.
Mm.
Global app downloads across iOS and Android fell again, around 2 to 3% year over year. But total installs were still roughly 100 plus billion last year. At the same time, consumer spending in apps, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Okay.
Um, the App Store is still adding hundreds of thousands of new apps yearly. Estimates show around 500,000 new iOS apps launched in 2025,
Oh.
up strongly from 2024. Games, business, education were among the most downloaded. Yay for JLA.
Mm-hmm.
With games alone seeing billions of installs. Long-term studies show app usage patterns track life changes like income, family, etc. Um, PWAs are real and growing, but they're not replacing native apps. Um, hold on. Oh, I wanted to know how much they are. Uh,
Yeah.
how strict is Apple now approving apps that vibe coding makes it so easy. Don't care about the misspelling.
It'll
Oh,
figure
vibe coding isn't a word now. So I just know this from when I was building Jayla and then this other thing where it did research. Cloud Code did research for me.
it out.
And it was kind of like, oh my God, I just found this that this one app actually got essentially kicked. They're still in the App Store, but they made this huge change to an education thing. But
Mhm.
it will kick them from search terms. So like Jayla hasn't been dinged for anything, so it's still at the high end of the search if you search for like learn AI or whatever. Apps Apple is stricter about how apps are built and what they do, but they are still approving vibe coded apps quickly when they look solid, normal native apps and respect the rules.
Follow the rules. Yeah.
Does that make sense? Um, so app submissions exploded. Vibe
That's
coding and
good. Yeah.
other AI tools drive about an 84% jump in new app store submissions in a single quarter, which has
Woo!
strained review times. Apple blocked updates from some platform tools, Replit Vibe Code, that's the one I was talking about, in March, so last month, under guideline 252. This is exactly what I was doing the
That
other
was the
day.
story. All right.
Yeah, which forbids apps from downloading or executing new code that changes their functionality after review.
Yes.
So that's how that worked is like if you use that app to vibe code your own app, it downloads and executes new code that
Mhm.
changes their functionality after review. So
Yeah.
Apple's also enforcing new requirements of the Xcode and like the compatible stuff, which is hard to do if you're using platforms like Replit. And explicit AI dating sharing consent, and then low effort AI apps are getting rejected, and that's a lot of
Mhm.
them are.
I wonder. Okay. I wonder. Yeah, if it says like how many, if like the number of apps being approved has gone up, like just like the throughput, but
Um,
doesn't really say. That's crazy though. The 84% increase in submissions. Wild.
or rejections. Rejections gone up.
I love a rejection.
I do too. Rejections have gone up
Okay.
faster than approvals. The overall rejection rate is higher now than a few years ago, mainly because there are more submissions and stricter rules around privacy, AI, and quality.
Yeah,
So
that makes
I
sense.
find that interesting because you can't just vibe code your way into the Apple Store, and I refuse to allow people to think that. Like
Mhm.
I'm really proud. The other day I did an update to Jayla and they reviewed it and accepted it in 4 hours. And I told Cloud Code, Cloud Code's like, that is unheard of. I
It'll
was
be
like,
pumps for tires a
okay,
little bit, yeah.
like I'm doing something right. I'm winning hackathons. I've got a great product. Like
Yes.
I'm living my best fucking life, girl.
Yes, you're
And
in the
I can
zone.
appreciate you as a friend letting me go a little wild when I haven't had enough sleep and then knowing that the next day I'm going to be okay. Like I'll be
Yeah,
okay. But that
I
if I
love
don't get enough sleep,
yeah.
I'm just like, what am I doing?
A nice little brook crash out, and then you're okay. It's okay.
Yeah, yeah.
It's okay. We
But
have a good friendship.
my that's how you know it's a close friend. You're like, okay, go take
Well,
a nap. Go
yeah,
take a nap.
it's gonna be okay. Yeah,
Like these problems will be there tomorrow. So yeah.
amazing.
Well,
Too much.
we are up to an hour.
Sure.
That's about all my brain can handle, but this was so good. And we promise to be doing these once a week. Things have just been so crazy the last month or so, just getting all these things done. And I know, Nikki, you have been doing so much consulting and kind of going all over the place with different projects
Yeah.
and groups. So, what's up on the agenda for you other than the travel?
The travel, oh my goodness. That's pretty much it. And then yeah, I still have a couple consulting clients that I've been working with, doing some like really fun things, really cool things across like tokenization, um, like blockchain, like data analytics and investigations, like crime investigations. That stuff's
Yeah.
been like That's been so cool. I've learned so much, and that's been a really fun way to apply my skill set of like, oh, and now since I know how all this works, can we like what can we see what's going on? Can we make
Right,
conclusions based on this data? So that's
right.
been extremely fun. Um,
We're
that's something
data nerds. I love it.
I know, I'm huge. It gets to me. And then something like a lot of cool stuff with like payments are coming out soon that I've been helping with.
Yep.
That's so exciting. But yeah, it's just fun stuff like that. And then just like digging. So of course that's all on my nerdy technical side. And then of course been continuing on the content creation side. That's just been a new exploration for me.
Yes,
Because I love to take on probably more than I can chew and go a little crazy, but I love to keep learning. It's fun.
that is the best. It's a constant. I'm a lifelong learner. If
Yeah.
anybody thinks that they're, like too old or whatever, or don't have enough, education, you have the world at your fingertips. I used to say this about the internet. Like, you now have the world at your fingertips. I was doing content on like technical content on Facebook right as video content came out. And I
Girl.
remember doing one about like ransomware and just educational stuff. And people are like, you know, I don't understand. And it's like, well, you have the internet now. And you can
Go
just literally,
learn.
it's not the Encyclopedia Britannica. You get to just like at the speed of light. I actually did a talk once for women in tech careers. I did that for a long time in the town that I lived in for the last 20 or so years,
Yeah.
women in tech careers. And I did a talk called Tech is Your Best Friend. And it was literally to a group of women, and I had them all take their phones out. This was like 10 years ago, and maybe less than that. No, yeah, it was like 2018.
Mm,
And I was like, how grateful are you that you can get a hold of your kid at the speed of light?
yeah.
And people are just like, I'm like, why are you so afraid of technology or like, you know, looking down on it or whatever? Like, oh, I'm just too old like for that craziness. No, you're not. No, you're
Right.
not. And
You're
it
not.
makes your life better.
Yeah.
Speaking of
It
that,
is.
I'm gonna go get in a Waymo and have it drive me driverless because I don't like talking to people
Dude, I
as
need
much as
that
you think I
here.
do.
Girl, I need that in Salt Lake. Come on, Waymo.
It's the
No,
best. You know what else is here? Is the DoorDash robot like little
stop.
things. I swear to God. And
I
they go
want
so fast. And we were driving last a month or so ago down, and it goes in like the bike lane, right? And so, and it's just going, but we were about to turn, right? It's not a stop sign or anything. It was like a residential, because of course they're going to houses. It was a
yeah.
residential thing, but they're just flying. And it was back here. We were up here just trying to turn, and I'm like, wait. This thing is like,
Gotta yield to the
yeah, like,
robot.
whew. and and then he was asking me like, or he was saying, well, what if like it gets to the house and you don't go out? You know how like an Uber will get there and you're not available or whatever, and it just like, okay, goes and gets another driver. Does
Yeah.
the DoorDash robot have to go all the way back to the restaurant? Like, do you get charged for that? I don't know. Like,
Good
there's so
question.
many so many
These are good
questions, but
questions.
they zip. They are like, and they go across just like the big highways with lights, right? I'm not making any sense. It is wild. It's it's wild.
I can't wait to
I
see
have
one.
not ordered from the DoorDash robot yet, but I take Waymos like a motherfucker.
I need to. I'm gonna take one.
I don't think they have them in Vegas yet. You know what? Does Vegas now have the tunnels yet, where we can take the Tesla under the tunnels?
I think I keep hearing about that. And then Vegas has a different kind of autonomous vehicle that they launched,
Does
um,
Vegas have the?
that we'll have to try while we're there.
I can't spell. Tunnel cars, cards.
Cards?
Okay, one last thing. Yes, Las Vegas has the
Ooh,
Boring Company tunnels, but the cars running in them are mostly driven Teslas, not fully autonomous robotaxis yet. Okay, well, get on it,
yeah,
Vegas.
maybe we'll have to experience that when we're there too.
The Vegas Loop is an underground tunnel system using Tesla cars to shuttle people between the convention center and a few resorts. So it's not fully done because they had to bore. That's why it's called the Boring Company.
So
Um,
funny.
wink, wink. But they had to bore under Vegas. These
Insane.
tunnels. It's wild.
Dude, it's so cool.
It's wild. With robots and like this huge fucking like if
Insane.
you've been to Vegas, like how did they get under all of that? Is wild to me.
Yeah, that's beyond my knowledge.
Yeah. All right, we're ending the stream. We love you all. Take